Welcome back. This Christmas, there are more than 1.3 million brave servicemen and women of the U.S. military on duty, here at home as well as across the globe, protecting our freedom and liberties. We salute them and we send our gratitude today and every day to all of them. Joining me right now is actor Gary Sinise, who founded the Gary Sinise Foundation, which honors all who serve in the U.S. Armed Forces and their families. Gary, it's great to have you this weekend. Merry Christmas, and thanks so much for what you're doing. Tell us about your foundation.
Well, thanks so much for having me, Maria. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to all our troops around the world serving our first responders. The Gary Sinise Foundation is here to serve and honor the needs of the men and women who serve our country, and I have been at this for a very long time. The foundation is in its 12th year now. Years ago, because of the veterans in my own family and getting involved with Vietnam veterans in the 80s and then playing Lieutenant Dan in Forrest, Gump and starting to support first responders and military personnel after 9/11, I really got involved. I eventually, having started working with multiple nonprofits around the country and trying to raise money for them and support them in different ways, and the programs that they were supporting, I started the Gary Sinise Foundation. We launched in 2011, and now we're in our 12th year. We support first responders, military personnel, veterans, Gold Star families, our wounded. We build homes for wounded. There's multiple programs at the Gary Sinise Foundation, and it's all just to remember and honor and serve the men and women who keep us free. We can't ever take that for granted. Freedom has to be fought for. There's a price to pay, and people are willing to pay it. I benefit from that personally, and I want to do everything I can to support them.
Well, I am so grateful for that. I am also a member of a Gold Star family. My uncle, Pasquale Bartiromo, lost his life in World War II. Unfortunately, my family never got his remains back because he was blown up in Burma. And he was an incredibly courageous man. He lost his life so young. Pasquale Bartiromo, and they brought my grandmother, obviously, the American flag. And we always remember what he did and how he did it. My entire family served the military. My grandfather, Carmine, was in World War I. My father, Vincent Bartiromo, who passed away earlier this year, he served in the Korean War. So it's really personal to me what you're doing. I wear my father's Army tags on the air a lot to honor him and all of the work that he did in the Korean conflict. But I got to tell you, Gary, your performance as Lieutenant Dan resonated with me so much. I mean, I was so grateful for that performance because it really brought us on to the reality of what so many of us have watched from our own families and friends. Do you take on roles like that because of your interest here, because of your motivation to support our troops?
Well, you don't often get to just sign up and get the part. I had to audition for it and everything. But I will tell you that, like you, with so many veterans in my family going back to World War I and Vietnam, and getting involved very specifically in the 80s with Vietnam veterans, when the opportunity to play Lieutenant Dan came along in the 90s, having worked with Vietnam veterans and supported them over the years in the Chicago area, I very much wanted to play that part. I auditioned for it. I was lucky to get it, and I did. That particular role had a special significance. He was a wounded soldier. He was a Vietnam veteran. Our Vietnam veterans were not treated well when they came home. I was in high school in 1973 at the end of combat operations in Vietnam, and then I met the woman who would become my wife about 4 years later, and she introduced me to her brothers. Both had served in Vietnam, her sister's husband. And I got very involved with trying to support Vietnam veterans back then. And then this opportunity came along to play the wounded soldier, Vietnam veteran, Lieutenant Dan Taylor. And that started me on a just a mission to make sure that what happened to our Vietnam veterans when they came home and they were forgotten and fell into the cracks and they were, victims of a divided nation at that time, that we don't want that to ever happen to the men and women who volunteered to serve our country. And after Afghanistan and Iraq, when we started deploying, I just thought, I'm going to go out there and do whatever I can to support them. And that manifested itself into a full-time, nonstop, mission to do whatever I can to serve and honor. I want to say this, with World War II veterans in my family as well, Maria. One of the great programs that we have at the Gary Sinise Foundation is called Soaring Valor. And it's a partnership with the National World War II Museum in New Orleans and American Airlines, who provides all the travel. And we have traveled hundreds of World War II veterans down to New Orleans to see the museum for themselves. And it was inspired by my Uncle Jack, who served on a B-17 in World War II, 30 missions over Europe. I took him to the museum when he was still alive, and when he passed away, I created this program at the Gary Sinise Foundation to make sure that as many World War II veterans, while we still have them, as possible, can go to the World War II Museum, see the museum for themselves, and we all actually record their stories on video and preserve them there in the archives.
Wow.
So we can never forget what our World War II veterans did for us. All of us live free today because of what they did all those years ago.
Well, that is exactly right. And thank you for doing that, because it's also important for the rest of us to understand what these men and women go through. I mean, they are going in to serve our great country as young people. They don't know what they're about to experience. My uncle Pasquale lost his life as a teenager. My grandfather came here with $12 in his pocket from Italy. First thing he did was go overseas to serve in World War I. We cannot forget this. We need to keep telling the stories over and over so that younger generations understand the sacrifice that so many of our family and friends have made. Gary, do you get that kind of a reaction when you talk about the foundation? Do you feel that it's resonating for people who may not be in a military family? Because, we're seeing issues in terms of recruitment right now in the military. We need to keep driving home these stories, the story of evil from the Nazis and why our men and women went and put their lives in harm's way to ensure our freedom and liberty.
Absolutely. As a public figure, as somebody who has a little bit of a spotlight because of the movie and television business and everything, I found that was a way that I could serve, that I could take that spotlight and then point it in different directions and shine that light on the men and women who serve our country. And certainly World War II, when you go to the National World War II Museum, and we have a great program, this Soaring Valor program, not only do we take World War II veterans to the museum, but we pair each one of these veterans. Let's say we'll have 40 veterans on a charter airplane. We pair them up with high school students. So a high school student gets to travel to New Orleans to see that museum with somebody who lived the stories that are told at that museum. That is a way that we can pass on the lessons of World War II and ensure that future generations understand that freedom is not free. It comes at a cost. There's a price that is paid. And what happened all those years ago is important, not only then, but it's critically important to what we're living through now. And we can never take for granted the people that serve our country and protect our freedom. If you've never been to the World War II Museum in New Orleans, I encourage you to go. We just opened up a massive new sound and light show called Expressions of America. It's really a magnificent place. I encourage everybody in the country to get there if you can.
That is just wonderful. Well said. God bless our veterans. God bless our men and women serving today across the world. Gary Sinise, thanks very much for being here and for all of your efforts. Have a Merry Christmas. Thank you, sir.
Merry Christmas, Maria. Thank you.
All right. We will have more in just a moment.
Subscribe to the Fox News YouTube channel to catch our nightly opens, stories that are changing the world and changing your life. From Tucker Carlson tonight.